Mr. Maurer, same to you. What do you have in mind for increasing the voter trust? I know you've talked about the receipt already, but anything beyond that, the voters will have trust in their vote count being counted correctly, that they are able to cast a ballot here, and that it's going to be accurate.
So there's sort of two questions there: voter trust, and then secondarily about voter access. So if I could tease those apart separately. First, voter trust, we talked about the receipts. Let's talk a little bit of the auditing that exists now. So there's one organization. So let's talk about what is, and then what I'm suggesting what should be, or closer to what should be. And to clarify who will pay for that. So it's not the counties as an unfunded mandate. They have enough of those, and Dustin and I would agree on that. So the audit that currently exists, I'm going to use air quotes for everybody listening. The audit that currently exists is done by VSTOP, the Voting Systems Technical Oversight Program. They are a government organization that answers to the Secretary of State. They're funded by a $4 to $5 million grant, and they're out of Ball State. So they have a double mandate, which is to certify the voting equipment and the software. And then their second mandate is to inspect themselves or audit themselves and checking a post-election audit. So their purview is pretty limited to just the machines and the software itself. So again, for simple, like common sense solutions, right? If we had a lemonade stand together and we had a cash register, what VSTOP does is say, yep, this cash register is designed correctly to meet our needs and it is working as designed. Never mind the fact that we left the cash register drawer open, the lights on, the front door unlocked, and we're surprised how we got robbed. So a complete risk limiting audit is what would be standard in industry. And so for anybody here who's an attorney working in risk management, you would know that we do common sense things to limit risk. And that's where a risk limiting audit, a comprehensive risk limiting audit designed by a professional firm that can understand, that can assess our processes and understand where what needs to be reviewed and looked at. Just on the surface, VSTOP has reviewed. I'm not blaming VSTOP, right? Let's be clear. They have a mandate. They're doing what they're told. So what we lack is real leadership from the Secretary of State's office to say we need a better approach. But in total, there were over 3 million votes cast in 2020. VSTOP claims to have reviewed about 5,000. 5,000 on 3 million. That's not a huge sample size. And we have to keep in mind that less than half, 40%, have any kind of paper backup whatsoever. That'll change by 2024. So with all of those gaps in what we have, what I'm proposing is a comprehensive risk limiting audit by an external firm, right? If you were advising your clients to say, maybe we should publish those financials to Wall Street, you probably would want to have them audited first before publishing. That's common practice. So along those lines of having audited financials, audited numbers, and to have that audit process done by a firm external, not part of the government, so there's no inherent conflict of interest, and to have that done within 30 days before the election is certified. So right now, again, by APABA, the 2002 law, federal law, that sort of ties our hands on this, we have to report federal races within those 30 days. And so here we have an opportunity to leverage outside resources and get that comprehensive audit done before. So when we are certifying elections and sign the bottom line and say, yep, these are correct, that we actually know what we're certifying. Because right now, the audit takes months after the elections are certified. And even to this day, that report is secret. We don't know what we learned from 2020. So gosh, if we're going to get better for 2022 now, we don't have a chance to do that. Our Constitution, the preamble, has the mandate to form a more perfect union. And we are unable to do that with the current and imperfect tools that we have. So having this audit, having the openness of it, sharing the report, the simple act of publishing the audit report, build real trust, because anybody could see what's happening and how we're improving. And granted, there's vulnerability and risk in that, because somebody could figure out where we are vulnerable. Well, we're going to have to work faster and harder to get better, but that will drive improvement.